But we all know that as we get older, not only does our body change and our needs change and become a lot more serious in as much as we can't get away with what we used to get away with, but also the world's changing and the content of the natural food that we eat isn't necessarily what it was 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. So we talk more about ways that we can add to what's just on our plate. And Prime 50 is a fantastic range of different things that we can add into our diets. And what we're talking about today is very much about muscle strength, which is crucial to our bodies as we get older.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Prime 50 is the only brand, the only company, certainly in the UK, maybe Europe, that is looking after the musculoskeletal needs of the over 50s, 60s, 70s and beyond, which is looking after muscle, bone, joint and energy. This is Maintaining Muscle Today, which is all about maintaining a certain amount of muscle strength and also muscle makeup, because we do tend to lose quite huge amounts of muscle as we get older. It's called sarcopenia. It's not a disease. It's just a fact of normal aging.
Yeah.
And you can lose quite a lot of muscle very, very quickly. There's a nice photograph I think you've got, which you can show of some arms there. There's a lovely photograph. On the left-hand side, there's a young guy. If you look inside the arm, there's a kind of reasonable musculature. On the right-hand side, similar BMI. That's 20 or 30 years later. Within the fairly large arm, there is a much smaller amount of muscle. Another really, really interesting photograph is an MRI scan of somebody's upper thigh. You can see, you know, the little bone in the middle. This is a little black circle in the middle. On the right-hand image, that is a young person. The grey is around the black is actually muscle. On the left hand, that's somebody a few years older, and you can see there's a large loss of muscle, but the quality of the muscle is really, really quite bad. And I've got images which are a lot worse than that, a lot worse.
The reality is that what we're talking about here is a shake that you just need to have once a day. So that there are ways that you can simply add into your daily routine. We're not saying at age 82 you need to go and start going to the gym. It's not like that at all. Very much about trying to keep that mobility and that activity up as much as possible. But as we grow older and we feel that that strength is kind of waning from our life, actually we're then less inclined to do things, and it becomes a vicious circle, doesn't it?
It is a perfect vicious circle, you're right. What happens is we tend to lose muscle mass. We then tend to, unfortunately, become a bit weaker. We lounge around, we're a bit lazy perhaps. We then lose much more muscle mass, and it's a vicious circle. There was a fascinating study done, which is very relevant to this product. They put young guys and old guys into a pretend hospital situation. They lay down for a month, and they measured how much muscle was lost from the upper thigh. The young guys lost about 300 grams. It's quite a lot of muscle. The older guys lost over 1 kilo of muscle.
Wow.
But they didn't lose it in 28 days like the young guys. They lost it in only 10 days.
Really?
And they repeated it with 70-year-olds, and they lost 1 kilo in 3 days. This is pretty serious stuff. Yeah, it is shocking.
And it's not just about muscle, because you and I were talking earlier on. I horse ride a lot, and my horse is lame at the moment, and I've not ridden him for 3 weeks. And my knees are really sore at the moment. And I was seeing a physio a couple of years ago because the backs of my knees are eroding, and I have to keep my leg muscles really strong. And just in 3 weeks, because my muscles aren't being used, because I'm not riding a lot, my knees have been so sore. So it's not just about muscle strength. It's actually then what the muscles are doing for the rest of your body as well.
Absolutely. You know, musculoskeletal health is what it's all about, staying active. We need our muscles to keep us together. If our muscles are weak, we then perhaps lose a little bit of balance, perhaps we fall over, and then, of course, you know, we can break a hip, we can break a bone. So keeping your muscles in tip-top condition is so important.
Yeah, so let's just have this little drink here. So this is what we're going to... So in here, can I just quickly open up? You have got the powder and the scoop. So you have 1 scoop...
2 scoops in a glass of water or milk. Doesn't
in the
really
morning.
Matter. Preferably in the morning. It's a good time to take it, yes.
This was mixed earlier, and so with milk or water?
Milk or water. It's not only composed of high quality...
Oh, that's ever so tasty.
Yeah, it's lovely strawberry.
Yeah, that's lovely. It's like just having an easy yogurt or something.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. But it's also loaded with the right micronutrients, vitamins and minerals, e.g. vitamin D. We're all deficient in vitamin D. It's got 4 times the recommended dose of D. We have zinc, magnesium, and a whole host of other very important muscle-related but health-related vitamins and minerals.
Now, we've got 2 here. You get 1. You get a 490-gram tub. Just quickly, is there anyone who can't use it?
No, not really. I suppose a vegetarian wouldn't want it, a vegan wouldn't want it, because it is derived from milk, of course. But that is the highest quality protein you can get.
And then if we're having our 2 scoops a day, how long will the tub last?
Tub will last 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yes.
So get it out. And will we feel results, do you think, within that 2 weeks? Do we need to be kind of doing anything else alongside it?
I mean, you're not going to grow muscles. That's not what it's for.
It's not a bodybuilding.
It's not bodybuilding.
Drink, no.
But it's very important for females also to to take protein. It's not just males. It's not just a male thing.
Well, the
it's
quality of our food is changing dramatically, and they talk about, perhaps, having to genetically modify meats and proteins and things going forwards because we might not be able to sustain the amount of livestock that we have.
Absolutely.
The world is a changing place, so we also have to change our diets to reflect that as well. So lovely to meet you. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.